Ida B. Wells. Ida B. Wells Barnett didn't politely ask the Republic to honor its founding promises. She kicked the damn door in, flipped on the lights, and forced the country to stare at its reflection. Born into slavery in 1862, the same year Lincoln was busy drafting lofty emancipation prose, she entered this world as a contradiction incarnate, a citizen on parchment, property in practice. And instead of swallowing that hypocrisy like medicine, she spent her life making the nation gag on it. Forget the sanitized textbook version. This isn't a tidy tale of progress. It's a one-woman cross-examination of America itself. Wells read the Declaration and the 14th Amendment like binding contracts, not sentimental wallpaper, and spent 50 years acting like the only adult in a dysfunctional household. Reconstruction was a brief, shimmering intermission when federal power flirted with justice. Wells grew up in that sunlight, warm, fleeting, gone too soon. Then, yellow fever swept through like divine mockery, killing her parents and baby brother and leaving teenage Ida in charge of 5 siblings. No aid, no charity, no cavalry. Just a girl with a sense of duty harder than oak. She taught school, devoured books, and built herself from the wreckage. If self-reliance had a saint, her halo would bear her initials. Her resilience in the face of such adversity is a testament to the human spirit. Her political awakening didn't happen in a courtroom. It occurred in a rail car in 1884 when a conductor dragged her from the first-class seat she'd paid for. To Jim Crow, the law was just a prop. So she sued. Not because she trusted the courts, but because she wanted the Constitution to either prove its worth or expose its fraud. She won the first round, then watched the Tennessee Supreme Court fold under pressure. Her conclusion? The system wasn't broken. It was functioning precisely as designed. By the late 1880s, Wells was writing under the pseudonym Iola, turning journalism into guerrilla warfare. Her editorials weren't musings, they were machetes, swinging at hypocrisy and the genteel rot of a society addicted to racial terror. She was the prototype for the modern muckraker, except with better precision and infinitely higher stakes. Then came 1892. 3 of her friends, Thomas Moss, Calvin McDowell, and Henry Stewart, were lynched for the sin of running a successful grocery store. Wells didn't mourn quietly. She investigated. When a mob burned her office to ash, she read the smoke as confirmation. She was hitting the target. Between 1892 and 1895, Wells did the unthinkable. She fact-checked lynching. She gathered data, documented motives, and proved statistically that lynching was not about justice. It was about domination. Frederick Douglass praised her courage. W.E.B. Du Bois took notes. Wells wasn't seeking academic fame, she was auditing the Republic, and the numbers were damning. In 1893, while America patted itself on the back at the World's Columbian Exposition, Wells and Douglass handed out pamphlets exposing the country's racial violence. A year later in Britain, she did it again, embarrassing U.S. diplomats badly. You can bury the truth at home, but try doing it on a global stage. Wells proved the Republic couldn't hide forever. When white suffragists told her to march in a segregated section during the 1913 parade, Wells stepped into the Illinois delegation mid-stride. No protest, no spectacle, just defiance wrapped in grace. Her courage in the face of discrimination is a shining example of standing up for what is right, even when it is difficult. Rights, to her, weren't favors, they were birthrights. Anyone treating them otherwise, racist or reformer, was part of the problem. Wells built organizations, ran for office, and dragged civic progress forward by sheer willpower. She didn't wait for consensus or comfort. She created momentum and forced institutions to adjust. She died before Congress passed an anti-lynching law, but her groundwork made the next century possible. Rosa Parks, Fannie Lou Hamer, and investigative journalism all sprout from her lineage. Her legacy endures in the ongoing fight for civil rights and social justice. Wells unsettles politicians because she understood liberty doesn't die from excess freedom, it rots from neglect. From mobs pretending to be majorities, from governments treating equality like optional paperwork. Her life reminds us that rights survive only if defended, and that dissent is the Republic's most patriotic chore. Remembering Ida B. Wells Barnett isn't nostalgia, it's civic upkeep. And in an era when truth limps and courage hides, her blueprint feels less like history and more like the user's guide to national survival.